Hey, if you're looking for your dream house and you want the best deal possible, did you know there are certain things you should absolutely not say if you want the best chance of success? Well, there are. And today I'm talking about 7 things you should never say when looking at houses. Now, we all know with the advent and the acceleration of Ring doorbells and home security technology, a lot of homeowners are recording almost 24 hours a day inside their home or outside their home. Now, a lot of times sellers are required by state laws, like here in Ohio, to actually disclose that they have security or surveillance on the at the property. However, you can't guarantee they're going to disclose that, and even if they do, you and your agent could forget. So, what I'm talking about today are things you could say potentially that would ruin your real estate buying process, or cause you to not pay the price that you could have paid if you had just kept your mouth shut. So today we're talking about those things of what not to say. All right. Number 1, this is my dream house, or I absolutely love this house. So remember, this is something, these are things you shouldn't say, because if you're in the house and there's a Ring doorbell, or sometimes the seller is present during showings, and if they hear you say something like, I love this house, this is my dream house, they're going to know they have a sucker on the line. And they're going to know that when you put in your first offer, if it's too low, since it's your dream house, supposedly, the chances of you coming up to asking or going over asking is pretty good. So rule number 1, don't say, this is my dream house. All right. Number 2, criticizing the property. See this all the time. So if you're in the house walking around and you see, let's say, a light fixture you don't like, appliances that are greasy or dirty, or maybe the colors on the wall are not what you would pick, don't say stuff like, ugh, that's horrible, who in the heck would pick that? Or, man, I'm getting rid of that the first thing I'm doing when I buy this house. Don't make fun of the house. Don't make fun of the homeowners. Just a really bad idea overall, because you never know, again, who's listening to that conversation. Again, seller could be there, or more than likely there's some type of video or audio surveillance going on. Bad idea to criticize the house while you're walking the property. Number 3, revealing your budget. This is like number 1. So in number 1, we said, don't say, this is my dream house, I love this. Same thing here. Don't talk about how much money you could spend on it, or how much money you have. So if the house is priced at $500,000, when you walk in, if you say, hey, this is perfect, I've got 550 grand to spend, this is only 500. Awesome. Well, if that person hears that, if that seller gets wind of that, or the other agent, there's no doubt they're going to use that against you in negotiating. If you come in low, or there's a tie between you and another buyer, they're going to know you're going to come up because you have the money, supposedly, because you've already told them you have it. So don't talk about how much money you have or what your budget is. Number 4, disparaging remarks. Same thing as as criticizing the property, except this would be things like if you see pictures of the homeowner and you make fun of the way they look, or if you see stuff going on in the kids' room, if you see toys that you're not familiar with, and you say that's a strange toy, and you actually not only criticize the property, but then actually make derogatory comments about the seller. Not a great idea. Stay away from that. And in general, try not to be negative at all verbally inside the property. Number 5 is probing neighbors incorrectly. There's absolutely nothing wrong with walking up and down the street and talking to neighbors about the neighborhood. However, what you don't want to do is come across overbearing or too nosy. Instead, something like, hey, what are your favorite features about this neighborhood? Or what do you like best about this neighborhood? That's an open-ended question that can get a lot of data back to you, instead of saying stuff like, hey, I'm thinking about buying that house right there. It's my dream house. I'm probably going to make a low offer. Obviously, hopefully you wouldn't say that to a neighbor, but some people do. And by the way, I'm going to move in this neighborhood. Is it safe? Do you like the people that live in the house now? Questions like that, probably not a good idea. Instead, an open-ended question like, what are your favorite features about this neighborhood? Or why did you decide to move to this neighborhood? Or how long have you lived in this neighborhood? Stuff like that is great. But criticizing questions or questions that come across as nosy, not good. Number 6, commenting on the listing price. So if the listing price is $500,000 and when you walk in, you say, this listing price is crazy. There's no way I'm going to pay this price. No doubt that can be negative to the seller if they get wind of that. And even if you make an offer they like, just because you said something negative inside their house, they may decide, I'm not going to accept the offer anyway. Remember, they don't have to accept your offer. Even if you're the highest bidder, they can choose anybody they want. So if you had said that inside the house, chances are they may not play nice when it comes to negotiating. So don't talk about the list price. Number 7, mentioning lowball offers. So this happens more times than I'd like, but you're in a house touring it with a buyer, and I'm the buying agent representing them, and we're walking through the house, and all of a sudden my client blurts out, man, I'm going to lowball this guy because I think he wants to sell, and I think he needs to get out from underneath it, or I think he's in trouble. I don't know how they figure that out, but they're saying that inside the house. And if the homeowner hears that, then they're like, hey, this is my castle. This is my kingdom. So why in the world are you disparaging my kingdom and the price that I picked? Don't talk about the list price, and certainly don't give an indication that you're going to lowball them. Bad idea. Okay, I hope this video helped you if you're touring houses and getting ready to look at some houses, or even looking at houses now. As a buyer, keep your mouth shut inside the showings. Save all your commentary for you and your buying agent outside the property. Now, a lot of people will tell you to save it outside the property, just like I did, but be careful with that too, because I've had an experience where we went to a local coffee shop after we toured the house, and we openly talked about the pros and cons of the house and our strategy with the pricing. Well, somebody a few tables over knew the people selling the house. They went back to the seller and gave them the 411 on our strategy. Now, we ultimately got the house, but I don't think that would have helped or did help in our negotiation. So be careful of what you're saying and where you're saying it. You should have a better experience as a buyer. Anyway, that's what I had today. Thank you for watching me. If you need help buying, selling, or investing in real estate in Ohio, I'm a great real estate agent. I love working with buyers on new homes and existing homes. Please call me anytime. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See you on the next video.